What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Casey Veggies is back with the fourth installment of his Customized Greatly series. Now, this is a pretty huge project for him. It's another free mixtape following his debut album from last September, Live and Grow. But Customized Greatly Volume 3 was the mixtape that really put him on the map. Once he dropped that, it's like all eyes was on Casey. You know, he was able to get Rock Nation managing him. He signed to Epic Records. He's done a lot of great things since Customized Greatly Volume 3. And so, in my mind, it's kind of like Customized Greatly Volume 4 is starting off a new chapter for Casey. Now, his debut album wasn't a commercial success, but it was far from like a bad body of work. On the flip side, though, I don't think it was as memorable as like a Customized Greatly Volume 3 or Life Changes. So here we are with Volume 4, and I think Volume 4 should have been like an album that you pay for. Maybe even if it's I don't know, I have a thing about like if you have a mixtape series, I don't want you to like convert it into an album. So I wouldn't want Customized Greatly Volume 4 to have been an album. I would have preferred like a title change. But the material on this is probably better than what was on Live and Grow. The way that I look at Casey Veggies is that you gotta like look at him from like a casual perspective. Now he makes very laid back, play alike music, and he has really good beats. But if you look at it from like a critic standpoint, like what I'm supposed to most of the time, you might slam this project a little bit because there are some just awful lines on here. He says she top like ramen, and he also said she got wet like we fucking in the rain. Those are horrible lines, and those are only a few. There's more on the tape, but I think as just like a casual listener of Casey Veggies, just going into it not expecting like a whole lot of bars, just expecting like some good songs, because like lyrics are not the biggest part of a song all the time. And I granted, if your lyrics are awful, then your lyrics are awful, but for Casey, he only has a couple lines that are bad, so it's tolerable. And the one thing that also makes Customized Greatly Volume 4 a lot better than his debut album is the fact that the production is great. It's probably one of the standouts. He kicks off the project with New Jack City, and that's produced by Rob Holiday. And what stood out about him starting out the project that way is because he didn't waste no time. As soon as that beat dropped, he is right to spitting. And a lot of artists, you know, they do different kind of intros. They'll let the beat ride for a little bit, or they'll, you know, be like, yeah, you know, just kind of like build it up a little bit. But Casey just goes right into it, and I like that because, like I said, it stood out to me. And then like going back into the production a little bit, he also has Harry Fraud, he has Jake One, he has Drummer Boy, and he has Hit Boy. You know, all these people are great producers. And not only that, but Casey is able to pick the right beats that fit him, that suit him. You know, Hit Boy does the last track, which is Take Me Where It's Love. Yeah, Take Me Where It's Love, Searching Part 2. And that closes out the project, and it had the verse that I liked was him talking about like how he was able to meet with Jay-Z, just kind of rehashing that story. He's talked about it in interviews, but he hasn't made it into like a song form. So he's talking about how he had a meeting with Jay-Z, and you know how he was nervous, and how Jay told him, you know, what's your story. I mean, I think that would make anybody nervous just hearing Jay-Z say that, like, what is your story? So, you know, I like that verse a lot. And then like come some of the guest features. Now you have Ty Dolla $ign and Dom Kennedy, who Casey has worked with in the past and has shown that he has good chemistry with, and their songs on here are pretty good. And then there's one with Tory Lanez titled Can't Get Enough. And then Chris Brown is on One. And I think Chris Brown kind of hijacks it because it's a Drummer Boy beat, but it's more catered towards like Chris Brown's sound. Like Casey has two verses, and I think Chris has two verses, but Chris's parts just kind of overshadow Casey. And that's one of the few verses that really like, you know, outshined him. But other than that, You know, he has the right amount of guest features. The production is good. It's a nice, laid back, smooth project. Like I said, if you're gonna dissect it hard and want to go at some of the bad lyrics, I mean, you might not enjoy this project. But other than that, I think Customized Greatly Volume 4 is what the album should have been, should have sounded like. And if not comparing it to Living Row, let's look at it separately for a second. This should have just been paid for regardless. I don't know, like, what Epic Records was thinking, just letting them slide and put this project out, but this was definitely some album quality as far as what Casey can do as an artist. But like I said, I really do hope Volume 4 kind of kicks off another chapter for Casey Veggies. I want to see him continue to grow and thrive and to have a sophomore album sometime in the near future, whether it's this year or the next year, and going on tour and just getting bigger all around, because he's a really good dude and he puts out, you know, pretty good music. So those are my thoughts on Customized Greatly Volume 4, and I would love to know what you think about it in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video, follow me on Twitter at SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.